So we will be starting with this story. That is how Ganesh got his head. Okay, so about Ganesh. This is the story of, let me know if you can see my screen.
I can't see your screen.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Just a second. This is the story of Ganesh, a very odd looking and wonderful god. Now, I will be just reading. You will have to take this lesson as a read aloud. Pay emphasis on all the descriptive words. If you can find kennings, you can just identify in your mind. Okay, make a note of it on the rough paper. So if any thought is coming to your mind while I am reading, you have to make note of it. So listen, read, listen, read. It's a very good habit. All right, to make notes while the teacher also gives, lectures in the school. This is the story of Ganesh, a very odd looking and wonderful god. If you were to visit India, you would be sure to see countless little roadside temples built for him in every village and town. And in those temples, you would find bowls of sugarcane, fruit, milk, peanuts, and coconuts, and perhaps some nice, freshly cut hay. Ganesh, it is believed that Ganesh, Lord, loves having green grasses, and that's why they have mentioned hay here. For Ganesh has the body of a chubby little boy, but the head of a baby elephant. We can also say a calf. And people like to give him the goodies that baby elephants love the best. Ganesh is known as the god who removes obstacles. Many Hindus ask for his blessing before beginning any undertaking, be it something as big as getting married or something as small as planting a single seed. Ganesh makes wishes come true if they are good wishes and helps people find a way around their difficulties. Ganesh is a friendly little god who is loved as much as he is worshipped. He is appealing, humble, and even comical. Instead of riding on a bird of prey or some monstrous beast, he rides a little mouse. Like Ganesh himself, the lowly nibbling mouse knows no obstacles. Together they go anywhere they need to. Hindus see Ganesh as the god who has the power to make all good things happen. He inspires people to love one another, to play beautiful music, paint marvelous pictures, or write really good books. And if anyone is fighting an injustice or struggling with someone who is unfair, that person can depend on Ganesh. With his help, justice prevails and right wins out over wrong. You're probably wondering how in the world a little boy wound up with the head of a baby elephant. And what in the world gives him so much power to make things go right? Like Ganesh himself, the story is strange yet wonderful. Listen carefully and I will tell it to you. Okay, so this was a brief introduction about Ganesh. We can definitely say it as a biography, correct? Now, Shiva, comma, god of destruction, comma. Now, pay attention to the punctuation mark. We are describing Shiva, but we want to limit our words. And that is the reason why we have chosen comma there. Shiva, who is also known as god of destruction. Instead of that, how has the author written it as? Shiva, comma, god of destruction, was married to the beautiful mother goddess Parvati, who had come to earth in the form of a mountain princess. He loved his wife deeply and passionately. Both deeply and passionately is describing the verb loved, and hence deeply and passionately is an adverb. But he cared nothing for the schedules or dress codes or manners of a royal household. Here it's describing the characteristic of Lord Shiva. Clad in a tiger skin, with live serpents coiled around his waist and shoulders, a crescent moon on his brow, and long matted hair down his back. He roamed the wilderness for weeks at a time with no one but animals for company. In spite of his unruly ways, just now we had identified the rule for writing true and rule. Just pay attention to the spelling of ruly. They have dropped E. Okay. In spite of his unruly ways, Parvati loved Shiva just the way he was. The only time she protested his behavior was when he arrived in her private chambers without warning and interrupted her in her bath. One afternoon, Parvati lay soaking in a warm tub. Shiva had been gone for weeks. When would she see him next? Would he burst through the door right then and there? The thought of him barging in so rudely troubled Parvati and made it hard for her to relax because she knows this is the general habit of Lord Shiva. I know, she thought, I'll make myself a little figure of a boy to guard the door. She hopped out of the tub and found some sandalwood paste. With her fingers, it is also known as multani mitti, we use it for facial also. Mothers, they do that, okay, children? Yeah, okay. With her fingers, she fashioned a head, a cute button nose, and two big eyes. Pay emphasis to the choice of words. How beautifully the author has described. Cute button nose, like a teddy bear, two big eyes. Now, working quickly, she created sturdy legs and arms. The figurine looked quite lifelike. It was like a real figure. She took a breath and blew life into it. Now, it's magical now. It's definitely, it's fictional, correct? Call someone. So you go and you have to call someone.
Ma'am, it will be fairy tale and fictional both.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can be if you take it like that. Definitely. Sorry. Okay. So since I have a little boy, he often comes and disturbs me. So she took, and his name is Athar. And you know what? Athar also means one of the Ganesh names. Athar is named for Ganesh Lord. Chalo. Coming back to our story, the figurine looked quite lifelike, and now it's magical. Something magical is about to happen. She took a breath and she blew life into it. Suddenly, a little boy sprang forth, as strong and handsome as could be. Last class, May, when we were describing the tiger and we wanted to say that the tiger jumped fast, we used the word sprang, right? Remember, Aradhya? So here they've used a little boy sprang forth, as strong and handsome as could be. Now see, as and as. It's again,
Simile.
Perfect. Good job, Shivansh. You're following. This shows your attentiveness, shows that you're following the class. Okay, it's a simile. He jumped lightly to the floor and turned to face her. Dear mother, the boy said, now that I am here, what can I do for you? Dear son, please just stand at the palace door while I finish my bath and do not let anyone in. She gave him a slender wand to hold. Here, she said with a smile, just wave this at anyone who tries to enter. The little boy was proud and pleased. Why do you think he was proud and pleased, children? Batao.
His mother gave him a powerful tool to work. Ma'am, because he was pleased to help her, and he was feeling proud that her mother gave him such a big, for him it was a big opportunity, a big thing. So he was proud that he was able to do something for her mother.
He got a very good responsibility, a responsibility that an adult gets. So he's quite, happy and proud about it. Okay, exactly. Well done, Ayantika, as well as Anvika. Now, let's go. He had no idea that Parvati was a goddess or that the stick in his hand was magic or was magical. He was happy just to march back and forth in front of the palace, waving his wand like a baton. Now have a look at the spelling waving. Okay? If I come back to the root word wave, it's going to be W-A-V-E. But then there is I-N-G attached to it. We have to drop silently. Okay? Just like how we have the spelling of having. Prepared to stop anyone who tried to disturb his newfound mother. How did he describe his mother? Newly found. Hannah, he's just found his mother. And so when Shiva, true to form, why they have written true to form? Like how we have described Shiva, how he exactly looks like. So when Shiva, true to form, strode up to the palace door, he found a sturdy youngster with a strong voice and determined eyes barring his way. Entry denied, sir, said the boy. Now, can you imagine a Hindu speaking English like that? This is such a hilarious story. Will he ever say like entry denied, sir? How he's going to say? Can someone say it in a mythological text? Yes, Samira, go ahead. If you have watched all these mythological stories, videos. Samira, आप mute पे हो. जल्दी बताओ. How will he say? Yeah, yes, Ayantika after Samira. Yes, Samira, बताओ.
अंदर आना मना है.
अच्छा, Ayantika, you try.
अंदर नहीं आ सकते हो.
Oh, अच्छा. Anyone else? I want the elder children here to say it nicely.
Please अंदर मत आना.
Please, नहीं बोलेंगे Ganesh ji. Please is an English word. Okay. Hazel, would you try?
Say.
आप प्रवेश नहीं कर सकते.
Yeah, beautiful. Very well done.
मैम कृपया करके अंदर मत आना.
वो भी सही है, but the in Hindi you have to say
Entry denied.
Entry denied. So when you're talking in Hindi, it has to be in the should Hindi format, which means like how we reinforce using a lot of good words. In Hindi also you have to use good words like pravesh nishedh, मतलब entry is denied. So आप प्रवेश नहीं कर सकते. सो प्रवेश मतलब आप अंदर नहीं आ सकते, बट अंदर का बहुत अच्छा शुद्ध हिंदी वर्ड है प्रवेश. ठीक है. Now come back to the story. Entry denied, sir, said the boy. Shiva was puzzled. Who was this child and why was he, Lord Shiva, god of destruction, experiencing such difficulty getting past him? Shiva found that he couldn't take a single step forward. There was some strange, powerful force holding him back. As usual, though, Shiva was in a hurry to return to the forest, so he asked his pet bull, Nandi, to investigate for him. Investigate to find out. Okay. I want everyone to just read this. Just give me 1 minute, okay? I'll have to see what my son is doing. Everyone read this text.
Ma'am, the text has gone. Oh, it returned.
Okay, so I'm back. Let's continue. The bull, backed up by Shiva's helpers, a band of ruffians called the Shivaganas. ठीक है, Shivaganas. Shivagan बोलेंगे ऐसे हिंदी में. lowered his long horns to attack. But the brave little boy waved his wand once, twice, 3 times, and before they knew it, Nandi and his cohorts were in full retreat. Now, cohorts, even if I don't know the meaning of cohorts, I know it means people who have come along with him, his helpers, right? Fellow mates. We can use all these words. So, cohorts will definitely be a noun. Am I right, children? So, this is how, now, everybody tells you the meanings, but in my class, I don't want to give you the answer. I want you to seek answers. On occasions where you cannot find it, especially in exams, when you have unseen passages, आप खुद से कैसे करोगे? So you have to think about Avni auntie, Avni ma'am. How was she doing? She doesn't know the meaning of every word. Okay? So it's absolutely fine not to know, but look at the word. Now, Ekam, coming back to the text. They were mortified. Now, mortify is also a very beautiful word which you should add to your dictionary. Can someone tell me what does mortify mean? Like I knew it was being shy.
Ma'am, can I know? Can I tell?
Yes, go ahead. Samaira and Ekam, आप दोनों बोल सकते हो.
Mortified means they were very scared.
No, they were embarrassed because Ganesh was not able to they were not able to defeat a little boy. Samaira, what would you want to say? Was this the spelling? Was this the meaning? Mortify means embarrass, humiliated. Okay, so they were mortified because they could not defeat a little boy like Ganesh. Okay, so they were ashamed of. This was the very first time anyone had dared stand up to them. And worse yet, they had been defeated by a pudgy little boy. Now, see, how am I even saying it? There's an exclamation mark. So you have to do voice modulation also. They found Shiva walking in the forest. I am sorry, Lord Shiva, Nandi said. Definitely a fictional tale because we cannot imagine a cow speaking. Have you ever heard a cow getting personified? Here the cow is getting personified. He's having the human power and he's speaking in human
Ma'am,
language.
this is not a fictional tale, but this is a real, but it is like something magical.
But suppose अगर हम एक debate session ले रहे हैं and we have to debate for and against, ठीक है? Try to understand this. This discussion is also very important because it is going to give you clues. So if suppose Anahita is going for the topic and say Grahil is going against the topic, ठीक है? So for and against का ये मतलब है Anahita believes that it is non-fiction and since it has happened in real life millions of years ago and Grahil says nahi ये fiction hai. So the presence of these texts, how can a cow speak human language? Grahil can use this as a proof to stand up for his own opinion. ठीक है? I hope you. अच्छा वहाँ पे रख लो. Sorry. So they found Shiva walking in the forest. I'm sorry, Lord Shiva, Nandi said, hanging his great head in shame. The boy just waved his wand. We could not go forward. It must have been very powerful magic. Far away, the sage Narad Muni, if you are aware of Narad Muni, okay? Far away, the sage Narada, if I'm talking in English, an amazing and wise spirit who traveled between heaven and earth and the nether worlds below, matlab Patal Lok, okay? Heaven, earth, and Patal Lok. You know Patal Lok, right? Where you don't know Patal Lok? Under the earth. जहाँ पे सारे monsters, demons ये रहते हैं.
Even people.
Yes. So, and what is the vocabulary? What is the noun given to it? Nether worlds. Okay. Below, heard every word. Narad kept careful watch on all goings on in the universe. And when they are talking about universe, it means everything. Heaven, earth, and nether worlds. Is Patal Lok hell in English? Yes, I think so. I think so, Aradhya. Definitely. But instead of saying hell, they've used a better word here. And he could carry news of events and problems at the speed of light. Again, they've compared it. The way he told the news made everyone pay attention to. With a lot of mirchi and masala, Narad Muni used to say the tales. Like I have watched these stories, so I know how Narad Muni looks like, but I doubt if you kids are watching mythological videos. Chalo. Okay. When Narad got involved, you could be sure that things would really start happening. When he saw the boy drive all intruders from Parvati's door, intruder is a person who's trying to enter without your permission. They're trying to intrude in, getting inside without your permission. ER, when the suffix ER is there, it says that it is a noun. Narad flew straight off to the heavenly palaces of Brahma and Vishnu. This child has effortlessly turned away Shiva, his fearsome bull, Nandi, and a battalion of the invincible Shivaganas. He told whom? Brahma and Vishnu. Narad was not one to mince words. Watch out. What if this little boy grows stronger and stronger? He might turn you all out of heaven. He's planning a conspiracy. He's doing something. The whole world will be in turmoil. Uthal puthal hona is turmoil, okay? He could turn the entire universe upside down. You must act now. Of course, when they heard this, Brahma and Vishnu could not simply sit and wait. They decided to consult with Shiva, and Shiva was happy to accept their help. Because children in India are taught to respect their elders and politely do whatever they ask, the three gods decided that Brahma should disguise himself as an old professor with a long beard and scholarly robes. Now, if we go back to Harry Potter, can you imagine the professor there? Who is the professor in Harry Potter?
Professor Spain.
Dumbledore and
Hagrid. Snape. Professor
Dumbledore. So just try to imagine that, okay? And read this text with me. He's disguised himself as an old professor. He would go to the door where the boy stood guard and try to reason with him. Surely the child would step aside for a kind old teacher. So this was their plan. Now what will happen next is we are going to read in the next class. Okay? We are going to start from here, from page number 24. All right? So I hope you enjoyed the class, children. I am just stopping this.